Hello beautiful people, you're all welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of visiting this channel, you're highly welcome. In this channel we talk about current and past political news, interviews, celebrating personalities that has made us proud, entertainment and lot more. Today I'm posting to you the full video of His Excellency Governor Nyesome Wike media chat that was held in Port Harcourt to discuss the crisis that has been lingering in People's Democratic Party. Based on demand, I've posted some of the videos, but I didn't post the full detail. But this is the full detail from the beginning to the end. Please do not forget to like this video, comment, and share to your friend. Keep watching and don't touch that dial. Let me hear your thoughts at the comment section.
Controller, Current and Public Affairs, Television Continental, TVC. Jide, good to see you too.
Thank you, Wendell. Good to be here.
Occasionally, you may be hearing some murmurs and some applause. These are supposed to be passive members of the audience. They are not supposed to be contributing. They are just here to observe things. So let me introduce the man of the moment. My pleasure to welcome His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State. Your Excellency, good to see you. Events of the past 72 hours, like I said, have had you in the midst of all of it. We'd like you to lay the template for what we'll be doing here for the next 2 hours. We'd like you to update us, for instance, on your relationship with your party, the People's Democratic Party.
Let me say clearly that I have a good relationship with my party, and that is why I'm doing everything that is possible to make sure that in our state, candidates that have emerged become victorious in the 2023 general election. I'm still a full member, committed member of the People's Democratic Party. Of course, like you have said, there are times you could have disagreements, and what is left out there to the public may not necessarily or actually be the simple truth. You may have read in the social media, in the electronic media, in the print media, all kinds of things. I just want to say clearly that what I believe in and what I continue to stand for is equity, justice, and fairness. It doesn't matter whose interest is involved. What we're talking about today, we're not talking about a presidential candidate. The primaries have come and gone. We're not talking about the vice presidential candidate. The candidate of the party has made his choice, and which everybody has accepted. And therefore, that is not the issue today. The issue as it is today is, and as it is provided in our constitution of the party, section 73C, makes it clear that there shall, not that there may, there shall be zoning of party offices and elective offices. Very clear. It was not. It's not ambiguous. It's not ambiguous. It is made clear that this is what is supposed to be, or what should be, what should be done. And you know, people who want ascent to political power will always try to manipulate the system in order to suit them. And when they are doing this, they do not let the public know the actual facts. All they do is to slant the story or stories in such a way that it will deceive the public. The founding fathers of our party never made a mistake. They knew the country called Nigeria and the complexity of this country. And therefore, in doing things, they plan to move this country forward. They arrange it in such a way we will not have problems in our party. You remember, and that is why I've always said people should not forget history. It may not be favorable to you, but for the sake of the society and of the country, you must remember. In 2013, 2014, you remember there was this issue of the presidential candidate of the party, which of course at that time we had our president, President Goodluck Jonathan, who emerged as the presidential candidate of our party, being the People's Democratic Party. You also recollect in that convention that so many people walked out of that convention. People like the candidate of our party today, Waziri Adamawa, that is Elijah Abubakar. In fact, I just remembered, and let me commiserate with him. I hear he lost one of his aides. So on behalf of the government and people of the state, I extend our condolences to him and know that it is God, the Almighty Allah, is one that gives, is one that takes. So may he be consoled and let God give him the strength in order to overcome this irreparable loss of far as I'm concerned. But moving further, Aminu Tambawa was one of them. The former Senate President Saraki was one of them. They all walked out, saying that the presidency must come to the north. Of course, President Jonathan, who was a sitting president at that time, did everything he could do to talk to them to come back to the party. Of course, Jonathan was rebuffed. As a sitting president, I even remember that there was a time he traveled to London to see our presidential candidate today. He rebuffed Jonathan, who was a sitting president at that time. We said no, we remain in the party. We also had, when the former governor of Niger State, Ali Babangida, came out on channels and said, look, they all agreed to work against the candidate of our party, being President Goodluck Jonathan. Yes, some former governors came out, no, they are not saying the correct thing. But what is important that, yes, some members of our party played anti-party activity because they believe that the presidential candidates should go for the north. So, I just have to lay this foundation for people to understand. We have had our primaries, and the presidential candidate had emerged. But before the presidential candidate emerged, there was the issue of where would the chairmanship go to? Because in our party, the chairman comes from either the south, and the president candidate comes from north, or the president candidate comes from the south, and the chairman will go to the north. The intention of the founding fathers was that to allow for inclusivity, for everybody to participate in the hierarchy of decision making of the party. Because as it is today, three major persons are those who take decision of the party. One is the national chairman, one is the presidential candidate, or the president and if you are in power, and then the DG of the campaign. These are three key positions that oversee the runnings of the party and major decisions being made and how the party will move forward. Now, we from the South, before now, we had met and said, look, the presidency must come to the South. APC, PDP, we met. In fact, when this idea was mooted, because frankly speaking, I never attended NEC meetings in Abuja, but they met during NEC meeting, and I agreed that the conveners of this meeting would be the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, the governor of Ebonyi, Umahi, and the governor of Delta, Okowa. They became the chief conveners of this Southern Governors Forum meeting. And the first meeting was held in Asaba, precisely in Asaba. And in that meeting, it was agreed that whatever it is that President Muhammad Buhari, coming from the north, has done 8 years, and therefore, for inclusion that the next president should come from the southern part of the country. And the next meeting was held in Lagos, where it was also amplified and stated clearly that this is what we must pursue as a people. Then the final meeting was held in Enugu. I don't want to say certain statements made by some governors in that meeting. But I remember one of the governors said, look, how will I tell my children that I cannot be a president because I don't come from a particular section of the country? I don't want to quote that governor now, but at the appropriate time, we'll be able to let you know, because a lot of people forget things and then turn around to do different things. So in any group was the final meeting where we agreed. And in doing so, when I said, look, Secondus as chairman of the party, you're already running out your time. And therefore you can't go back. Because it's the position of the South that the president has to come to the South. And the president cannot come to the South if you are the chairman of the party. Because by a convention, by our constitution of the party, this is what it is stated. And so it was not as if it was a personal thing. In order to allow of our decision in the Southern Government Forum, then this has to be done. And so we went to the party. Arguments and counter-arguments. In fact, it was surprising to me when I saw the behavior of some of the governors who were even the conveners of this Southern Government Forum meeting started shifting. That no, the chairmanship should not be so. And we said why? It must be so. The chairman must either remain in South or he goes to the North. Luckily, the party set up a committee for so. And in that committee, the governor of Enugu State was the chairman. Governor Otto was the deputy chairman for the zoning of the party offices. Cleverly, as some people may always think they are too clever, they came up with the issue, oh no, zone only the party offices, don't zone the elective offices. And some of us say, how can you only zone party offices? You will not zone elective offices. You know, so many people, some people believe they are too intelligent than others. And some of us say, look, this will, at the end of the day, cause crisis for us. If we do not now state it frankly, this is what should be done. And for us to move on. This problem you think you are trying to avoid will, at the end of the day, resonate. And it will be a crisis for us. And at that time, it will be too late. Now, the chairmanship was now zoned to the north. And that was why there's nobody from the south who contested that. Also remember, when we lost election in 2015, the party sat and formed the committee under Ekweremadu. And that committee came up and said, let us zone the presidency to the north. And that was why in 2018 convention, there was nobody from the south who contested for that. All the aspirants at that time came from the north. And everybody will remember. I was out there for a campaign of Tambo. And when we lost, I never hid my intention. Was it that kept? And I said, the primary was over. We'll give you all the necessary support. And which we did. There's no state of PDP, I would say, they contributed more than River State. There's not one state of PDP. And I challenge any state, and I also challenge the candidate today to tell PDP members if there's any state that contributed in whatever way in order for him to emerge victorious at the national election. So, those of them who thought they are too powerful, they are highly connected, they are the founding fathers of the party, they own the party. Then I said there should be no zoning of the presidential ticket. Leave it open. Let the best candidate emerge because they think they have the numbers. We have jettisoned our constitution. Not knowing that we're laying the foundation, a seed of discord in future. So as it mattered at that time, oh, it's okay. No. All of us. And how are you, my dad as chairman? And I stand to challenge everybody. I stand to challenge everybody. And let Ayu himself say. Ayu never allowed my foot to rest. Every day, thank you. I will assure you, we'll make sure this party is united, that do all kinds of things and that. Well, that's history now. He became the chairman. And I said, listen, what's going on? He said, well, they started selling funds. I said, but you have set up a committee for zoning. Now headed by the governor of Benue State. They started selling funds. I thought, how can you start selling funds when we have not discussed the issue of zoning? So cleverly, then I came up with since people have bought funds, there's no need to zone. I mean, at this level of our life. My mother used to say that, look, in her fact, she did not go to school, but she hears shut up. That one, you don't need to go to school to know that somebody says shut up. When I see fraud, when I see manipulation, and I said, look, this thing will put us into crisis. It's okay, let's go in for the campaign. Some of us came out to say we are going to run. And in the name of God, I came out with everything because I believe at this time in our country, you must have people who are dedicated and committed and have passion for this country. People who want to really solve this problem. The only thing that I can tell you today, I feel paid that I don't have the opportunity to fight banditry. I don't have the opportunity to fight oil theft. If there are two things I told myself I was going to do, was to take on insecurity head on and the issue of oil theft that's affecting our economy today. As president, yes, but be it as it may, He must always know God that gives power. And so you will not go and keep, but the day you were born, you were not told this is what you will be. Rather, your parents will pray for you. I want this my son, I want this my child, I want my daughter to be a great person tomorrow. But not that you are told that Duku, you'll be president through PDP, you'll be president through APC, you will be this. No. It doesn't happen that way. Now, one for the primary, we campaigned. Seriously, we campaigned. And they were shocked. Because if you look at the modus of our campaign, nobody was a DG. Nobody was anything. You never know. But we didn't want to allow anybody to begin to approach the way of people going to be moles. So you don't know the assignment Benga is assigned to. You don't know the one that Shegun is given to. But all you are saying, campaign is a movie. So it became a problem. Meetings upon meetings upon meetings upon meetings upon meetings. A whole national chairman threatened some of the presidential aspirants at that time that if Wike wins, he was going to resign. In fact, he was calling aspirants to withdraw for Atiku Abubakar. Bala Muhammad is there. Saraki is there. Tambawa is there. Meetings and meetings and meetings we are called upon. You must withdraw. If not, we will lose. Wike will win. So I don't say, but the issue is not about Wike. Nobody fights. It's not Wike, but it is. We want to. So it took time. This is a national chairman of a party who is supposed to be the chief umpire.
This was before the primaries.
Yes. Even if the grant of the primary, that was why we started the primary very, very late. The primary was supposed to 10, 11. We started around 5:30 to 6. This is how many who are delegates? 774 local government. Under where used to have 4,000 and 5,000 in number, 774. So what was going on? Meetings upon meetings upon meetings, putting pressure, step down, step down. Some retired generals were involved. Some of the meetings were held in their houses. So, but even in the campaign, in the committee of the convention, when we met in Benue Governor's Lodge with the National Working Committee, I raised it as national chairman. These people are chairman of these committees are all known supporters of Atiku Abubakar. He swore, oh no, he was going to I said, look, just to let you know that if we don't want this convention, we would have gone to court. But we don't want the party to be in crisis. Therefore, do the right thing. So at the end of the day, all of us will be happy that the party has done a good convention and the winner has emerged with that rank. We are opposition party. We are not in the ruling party. Therefore, we must conduct ourselves in such a way that there should not be internal crisis that may not be resolved before the general election. There was nothing I didn't do. Manipulation of delegates list, litigations of there was nothing he didn't do. And unfortunately today, the numbers were not adding up. There's nothing they didn't do to make sure that Wike did not emerge. So, we went for the convention. And they came. You remember, I spoke last. You remember, I spoke last based on alphabetical order. And when I came out to speak, of course, there was danger. The ovation was thunderous. So it became a problem to them. Now, to tell you, I was highly disappointed by the former Senate president. Very experienced, very seasoned. All these things were all set up to manipulate the system.
Which of them?
Senator David Mark. He was the chairman of the convention, planning committee. It has never happened in the history of election. In fact, when you are speaking, whatever thing you want to do, it is at that point you will say it. But everybody has spoken. I have spoken. We have now started for them to commence voting. A whole chairman of National Convention Planning Committee announced that said that there's an announcement. It has never happened anywhere. Announcement we were thinking would be, look, for security reasons, don't pass this way. Or there's something that was just, picked up. I don't know whether anybody has been so your phone or whatever. Such announcements were expected. Was to give back the microphone to Tambon, to come again and speak after people have spoken. To say, my brothers, I want to withdraw. Okay, not even say you want to withdraw. You now went ahead. That they should vote for Atiku Abubakar. At that point, if not for the love of the party we have, if we don't love this party, that convention wouldn't have held. There would have been a crisis in that convention. But as people who look, you just let us go ahead. For peace to reign. David Man never thought it. Is there any other person who want to say anything? He never thought it. No one. Then we ahead and it's okay, nobody else.
If you object that time,
what will you do? Because we love, we say, look, anything that will cause crisis, let us avoid it. And like I said, anybody who knows me too well. At that point, I would have said, this convention cannot take place. If heaven was going to come down, we would have allowed heaven to come down that particular day. But we said, no. We must be intact to take over power because Nigerians are waiting for the party. So we must not do things that will let Nigerians know that, look, we are not serious. So we allowed it. And everything went. Not even being satisfied after you have done all you have done by threatening that you will resign if we came with. You now went ahead to Governor Tamboa's house and said, the hero of the convention, a national chairman. You heard what Jang said. He has never had this in his life. A referee carrying the ball, putting for the other side, and the side scores, then he said he blows. It's a goal. Against all of that aspect. And so we thought, okay, it's over, it's over. There will be reconciliation or whatever. And let me tell anybody who cares to do, I never run for presidential position in order to be a vice president. Never. Never.
that's what people are saying, that because you are not chosen, that you are showing the traits of a bad loser.
You see, first of all, how you know those who are prepared to run the election? Some of them collected presidential form, at the same time collected senatorial form. You know that those people are not serious to run. I never collected for any senatorial form. Even after the vote, people said, come and go for Senate. I said, no, I won't do that. I've already made a commitment that this Senate should be zoned to this area because they've never had it before. I must not be in power. By the grace of God, since 1999, I've been elected. It's not a do or die affair. Now, and again, when you're working as a team with people, sometimes you must listen to them. If I tell you the number of Nigerians that called me to say, listen, please make sure that you take the offer. I said, offer what? I said, no, I won't do that. I will not. They said, no, it's not for you. It is for our team. Let us also be relevant in the system. That we know that, yes, you don't need it. I said, look, I don't trust these people. I know them too well. So don't put me to this. The pressure was so much. I said, okay, let you not look as if it's a personal thing. But I told them, but then you will understand that you don't need to trust these people. What happened? After the convention Saturday, Sunday, the candidate wanted to see me on Monday. And I was rushing back to Port Harcourt. And I said I was leaving by 10:30. And so I can give to 10:30, after 10:30, afterwards. Luckily he came with Mana Waziri and Co, Tunda Yeni, all of them. Looking for me. Ben Aduke was there. Nanobi was there. Fayushe was there that morning. So they came and spoke. Then it was Mana Waziri who said, okay, two officials should go and have a private meeting in my office. One thing. The meeting was sat down. He said, Governor, I said, sir, look, you must go. I said, why? He said, no. We have never had presidential candidate and chairman for the same zone.
This is the former vice president talking to you.
Telling me this. That was the first thing he said. And you know, what I've come to learn, and I challenge. Let the former vice president say, or the candidate say, no, I never say so. And I said, what did I say, Amana? And in the morning, he said, let this Amana that he never told me this.
Other people are there.
No, that was private meeting there after the general meeting. Then the next thing he told me was, I want us to work together. I said, like how? He said, look, this vice president. I said, no, but he has made promises to people. He said, no, he has not made any promises. I said, no. He has made promises to the governor of Delta. He has made promises to he said, no, in fact, he was just coming from there now. He just told them not possible. I said, sir, I will discuss with my people. So, that was that. The point I'm trying to say, integrity matters a lot. Integrity matters a lot. Because you are talking about trust. Part of what we have problem today in this country, people don't trust our leaders again. You say something here to me, in their spirit, you are saying a different thing. At the end of the day, you say it's political, it's politics. No. Now, the man said they were going to give him certificate of return, and I was invited. I said, I don't need to come. And I didn't go. So the governor of Adamawa came to see me. I said, look, he didn't come for the certificate. What is it necessary? So if I don't come where they are presenting the certificate, I'm not this kind of ISID psychopath. I don't do that. It's okay. Why not go and congratulate him in his house? I think, but he has come here. He said, no, it doesn't matter, it's okay. I called one or two persons. Are you around? He said, yes. Come and join me. We went to the candidate's house. I said, congrats, sir. I've come to congratulate you. Stories from there. Now, some of the people now, they gave us this. It was then he told me that one of the ex-military soldiers, one of the ex-soldiers, one of former generals, wrote 3 names: Okowa, myself, and the governor of Akwa Ibom. And that the chairman of the party was not happy. Why would he be the ex-general that would nominate next? He said, okay. He was now going to write a letter to the party, for the party to nominate a presidential candidate for him. That he didn't want to make the mistake he made in 2018-19 when people accused him of nominating Peter Obi without letting people know. I challenged them to show the letter he wrote to the party. I challenged them to show the letter he wrote to the party. That it made the party not to constitute a high power delegation. 5 members of National Working Committee, led by the Deputy National Chairman, not national secretary, national woman leader, zonal chairman of the North Central, and one other person. 3 governors, 7 governors, chairman of governors forum, Amin Tambua, Bala Muhammad, and Autumn. 4 former governors, Sule Lamido, Ali Babangida, Yeli Moke, and Olusegun Nidiko. 3 BOT, made up of 2 former Senate presidents, Senator David Mark, Senator Wabara, who at that time was Secretary of BOT, and India Churuma, and then 2 members of the National Assembly, the current Senate Minority Leader, and House of Reps member Woloke. Let any of them say they either saw me, I either came to them to speak to any of them. I challenge any of them to come out and tell me that I either came to them or spoke to them. So please, as you are going to this meeting, nominate me. I challenge anybody. They did their meeting. I was at home here. Of course, social media, whatever this and that happened. Before that meeting, the national chairman made sure they did not recommend anybody, say, among these 3. And some of them said, how can you say, you have already given us 3 names that people have submitted. And that the candidate had made preference that it must be a serving governor from the South. Who are the serving governors? Who are second-time governors living? Okowa, Udom, my humble self. So it was clear. Well, they tried to do all permutations, all kinds of things. And they wrote there, in order of preference. So our preferred person, number 1 is this. But it's also pained me when the candidate will say, after that happened, national chairman went to the candidate in the midnight. I said, no, that's not what we told them to do. You can pick anybody. Fine. And when I saw the man, I said, look, why do you have to go to this route? Why? You are the candidate. All you would have done, after 2 consultations, I have picked so person. Why do you have to make it look so? I mean, look at the crisis you are causing for nothing. It doesn't make sense.
Your Excellency, don't you think that the signs were there all along, but that you didn't see it? For instance, you bought for to contest for the presidential ticket.
Yes.
Governor Udo from the South
Yes.
bought for to contest for the presidency. Okay. Other governors from the South bought forms for different offices, like governor of Abia State, for Senate, and all of that. Only one governor on your party platform didn't buy any form for any office. Governor Okoye. There are insinuations that all along there had been an agreement between him and some persons, including the presidential candidate now, that he was going to be the running mate. The signs were there all along, but you didn't see it.
No, it's not correct. We have heard of this. I can tell you how much go about. Yes. But you see, if you're a good politician,
Could you clarify that?
No, of course. I said we have had this, that he's going to run with Okowa, that Okowa has supported him with force, and this. We were all aware. It's not that we didn't see. But then, as good politicians, we started. Take, for example, the United States of America. Biden ran with the vice. The vice president of America today, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris gave Biden serious problem. And so when they wanted to pick the vice president, Biden said, look, this one gave me a problem. I cannot. But those in the Biden's camp who meant well for Biden said, listen, if you want to win this election, you must take Kamala Harris. You don't tell us about those who are close to Biden in his council, who meant well for him. And look at the support today. So the mere fact that you have had, the problem you have with some of our leaders, that there are so many rent seekers around you. So many of them have not been in power for years. So they're all looking for how, look, I must bounce back home. Things are tough for me. So those who have no value to add, for Christ's sake.
Your Excellency.
You compound their problems. Take for example, since 1999, we have never won Yobe State. Since 1999. But one of the problem people is from that Yobe State. So what will he give the party? What will he give the party?
Who is this person?
You know him, Maina Waziri. Since 1999, has PDP won Yobe State?
Or even his what?
Or you this one. So what is the electoral value now? He will bring to the table. Tell me, since 1999 we started this democracy, PDP has never won Yobe State. And then you are going about. We will deal with him. We will sanction him. Meanwhile, we are zero in your state. You sanction the person that has given you 100%. You that have bought nothing, you're sanctioning me. Have you seen how this party at this country? Me, I brought something on the table. The man who didn't bring anything sanctioned the man who brought something.
Thank you for watching. I've posted the other one in the other video so you can check that one out.